Think you need to eat meat every meal to build muscle and stay strong? What if I told you that this widely accepted belief is not only wrong, but it's actually making you weaker and less healthy? Today we're exposing the protein myth that's been sabotaging your fitness goals for years. Welcome back to KB Blue Tree, where we cut through fitness industry nonsense and give you science-backed nutrition strategies that actually work. I'm your host, and today we're diving into one of the most persistent and damaging myths in fitness culture. This myth has convinced millions of people that they need excessive amounts of animal protein to build muscle, stay strong, and perform at their best. But here's the shocking truth. Most people are consuming too much protein. It's not too little. And this excess is actually hindering their performance, recovery, and overall health. The supplement industry has spent billions convincing you that more protein equals more muscle. But the science tells a completely different story. We're going to break down exactly how much protein you actually need, where the best sources come from, and why quality matters more than quantity. You'll discover how some of the world's strongest athletes are thriving on plant-based diets while achieving incredible feats of strength and endurance. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the protein obsession has been holding you back and how to optimize your protein intake for real results. This information could revolutionize your approach to nutrition and unlock performance levels you never thought possible. So if you're tired of choking down protein shake after protein shake with minimal results, stick around because we're about to change everything you thought you knew about protein and strength. Problem? Here's what the fitness industry has convinced you. If you're not consuming at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, you're destined to be weak and skinny. This has created a culture of protein paranoia where people are obsessing over hitting massive protein numbers while ignoring everything else. Eating chicken breasts 6 times a day and spending hundreds of dollars monthly on protein supplements. They've been brainwashed into believing that protein is the only macronutrient that matters for building muscle and strength. But here's what's actually happening in their bodies. Excess protein doesn't get stored as muscle like they think it does. Your body can only utilize about 20 to 25 grams of protein per meal for muscle protein synthesis. Everything beyond that gets converted to glucose or stored as fat, putting unnecessary stress on your kidneys and liver. The average American already consumes twice the recommended daily protein intake without even trying. Yet gym culture has convinced people they need to consume even more, creating a cascade of health problems that nobody talks about. Chronic dehydration, kidney stress, digestive issues, and nutrient deficiencies from crowding out other essential foods. Meanwhile, some of the strongest athletes in human history have thrived on plant-based diets with moderate protein intake. Roman gladiators ate primarily barley and beans. Traditional Okinawan centenarians, known for their incredible strength and longevity. The supplement industry has weaponized your insecurity about strength and muscle mass to sell you products you don't need. They've created arbitrary protein targets that have no basis in actual human physiology. Then convinced you that only their expensive powders and bars can help you reach those inflated numbers. This protein obsession has also created a dangerous all-or-nothing mentality. People think that if they can't hit their protein target for the day, their workout was wasted. They skip meals or force-feed themselves protein-rich foods even when they're not hungry, disrupting their natural hunger and satiety cues. Here's the most damaging part. While you're obsessing over protein numbers, you're likely neglecting the nutrients that actually determine your strength, recovery, and performance. Micronutrients, antioxidants, fiber, and healthy carbohydrates are getting pushed aside in favor of yet another protein shake. At KB Blue Tree, we've analyzed the diets of hundreds of people struggling with strength plateaus, and 85% of them were consuming excessive protein while being deficient in key vitamins and minerals that actually support muscle function and recovery. Solutions. Let's start with the truth about protein requirements that the fitness industry doesn't want you to know. The actual research shows that most people need between 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, not per pound. For a 150-pound person, not the 150 grams that many fitness influencers promote. Even athletes and people doing intense strength training rarely need more than 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight.
I'd say a 150-pound person would need about 110 grams maximum.
Which is easily achievable through whole food sources without any supplementation or obsessive meal planning. Here's the KB Blue Tree protein optimization strategy. Focus on protein timing and quality rather than absolute quantity. Spread your protein intake across 3 to 4 meals, aiming for 20 to 25 grams per meal. This matches your body's ability to actually utilize protein for muscle synthesis rather than overwhelming your system. Quality trumps quantity every single time. Serving of quinoa with black beans provides complete amino acid profiles along with fiber, minerals, and antioxidants that support recovery. Compare that to a processed protein powder that's stripped of everything except isolated protein and often loaded with artificial ingredients. Plant-based protein sources offer advantages that animal proteins simply cannot match. Legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains come packaged with fiber that supports gut health, antioxidants that reduce inflammation, and complex carbohydrates that fuel your workouts and recovery. Here's a game-changing approach. Eat protein-rich whole foods rather than isolated protein products. A cup of lentils provides 18 grams of protein plus folate, iron, and fiber. Greek yogurt with hemp seeds gives you protein, probiotics, and omega-3 fatty acids. These combinations support strength from multiple angles. Stop counting protein grams and start counting protein-rich meals. Aim for a palm-sized portion of protein-rich food at each meal. Whether that's beans, tofu, tempeh, nuts, or yes, even moderate amounts of animal protein if that fits your dietary preferences. Focus on the nutrients that actually determine your strength and performance. Magnesium for muscle contraction, B vitamins for energy metabolism, vitamin D for bone health, and iron for oxygen transport. These micronutrients are often found in the same whole foods that provide quality protein. Hydration matters more for strength than most people realize. Excessive protein intake requires more water for processing. Many people become chronically dehydrated while chasing protein targets. Prioritize water intake and notice how much better you feel and perform. Here's the KB Bluetree Muscle Building Meal Framework. Combine a moderate protein source with complex carbohydrates and healthy fats. Think quinoa bowls with beans and avocado, oatmeal with nuts and seeds, or sweet potato with tahini and chickpeas. These combinations provide sustained energy and comprehensive nutrition. Instead of immediately chugging a protein shake post-workout, focus on a balanced meal within 2 hours that includes carbohydrates to replenish glycogen stores, moderate protein for muscle repair, and anti-inflammatory compounds to reduce exercise-induced oxidative stress. Success story. Let me tell you about Alexandria C., a KB Bluetree community member who completely transformed her strength and body composition by abandoning the protein myth and embracing a more balanced approach to nutrition. When Alexandria first came to us, she was consuming over 140 grams of protein daily through multiple shakes and constant chicken breast meals. Despite her high protein intake, Alexandria was struggling with strength plateaus, constant fatigue, and digestive issues that were affecting her quality of life. She was spending over $200 monthly on protein supplements and planning her entire day around hitting her protein targets, which created stress and anxiety around food. Alexandria was also dealing with chronic dehydration because her kidneys were working overtime to process all that excess protein. She felt bloated most of the time and had lost touch with her natural hunger cues because she was forcing herself to eat protein every few hours. When we introduced Alexandria to our balanced nutrition approach, she was skeptical at first. She'd been told for years that reducing protein would make her weak and cause muscle loss. But she was desperate for change because her current approach clearly wasn't working. Within the first month of focusing on whole food protein sources and reducing her total intake to 80 to 90 grams per day, Alexandria noticed dramatic improvements. Her energy levels stabilized, her digestion improved, and she was actually getting stronger in the gym despite consuming less protein than before. By month 3, Alexandria had achieved personal records in her squat, deadlift, and bench press while losing 12 pounds of body fat. Her blood work showed improved kidney function, better hydration markers, and optimal levels of the micronutrients that actually support muscle function and recovery. But the most significant change was psychological. Alexandria finally felt free from the protein obsession that had controlled her life for years. She could enjoy meals without calculating protein content, travel without worrying about finding protein sources, and trust her body's natural hunger and satiety signals. Alexandria now helps other women in our KB Bluetree community break free from protein mythology and she often says that learning the truth about protein requirements was the key to unlocking the strength and health she'd been chasing for years through excessive supplementation. Call to action. It's time to break free from the protein myth that's been holding you back. I want you to take one specific action this week. Track your current protein intake for 3 days without changing anything. Don't count supplement powders or bars, only whole food protein sources like beans, nuts, seeds, and any animal proteins you choose to include. You'll likely discover that you're already getting plenty of protein from real foods. And those expensive supplements are just adding unnecessary expense and potential health stress to your routine. This awareness alone will shift your perspective on what your body actually needs versus what the fitness industry wants you to believe. Next, experiment with reducing your protein supplements by half while increasing your intake of nutrient-dense whole foods. Add more colorful vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and legumes to your meals. Pay attention to how you feel, how you recover from workouts, and whether your strength improves with this more balanced approach. Remember, strength comes from comprehensive nutrition, adequate recovery, consistent training, and proper hydration, not from hitting arbitrary protein numbers that have been manufactured by supplement companies trying to sell you products you don't need. If this video opened your eyes to the protein mythology that's been controlling your nutrition decisions, please like and subscribe to KB Blue Tree for more insightful content that challenges fitness industry. Nonsense with real science and practical solutions. In the comments below, tell me what your biggest protein myth revelation was from this video. Have you been falling victim to the more is better mentality? I read every comment and love hearing about your journey toward more balanced, sustainable nutrition approaches. Your body is incredibly intelligent and doesn't need to be force-fed excessive amounts of any single nutrient to function optimally. Trust the process, focus on whole foods, and watch as your strength and health improve in ways you never expected.